What rule exists because of you? I put a pencil in the microwave. Bang, no more elementary school microwaves. Oh, at my elementary school, it was a single Pringle wrapped in cling film. Google doesn't tell me what that does. It's an old one at my public school, but no snowboards. Some of us went a little too far and a snow tunnel collapsed on someone. We thought it was funny after we realized we didn't kill him, but the teachers did not. I understand the teachers. A few years ago, there was a case where an 8-year-old child went missing in the dead of the winter. They searched for days until we found a snow pile next to a neighborhood road, suffocated by a collapsed snow tunnel he had been playing in. As a kid, snow forts and tunnels were the shit though. Never had the idea cross my mind that it would be dangerous. Not sure if I let my own kids play unsupervised like that. Yeah, I'd probably let them play, but well supervised. There's a balance for everything. The town I live in has a free bus that runs late at night through all the college neighborhoods, by all the dorms to discourage all the drunk college kids from driving home from downtown. One day, me and my wasted buddy were riding home when he discovered he had a bunch of bottle rockets in his coat pocket from a night earlier in the week. So logically, we handed them out to everyone on the bus with the provision that they not set them off on the bus. This turned into a string of fireworks going off all over town right behind the bus for the whole ride. There are now big signs of all the buses that say no fireworks. A really stupid story. At my college, we had a similar bus system called the Later Gator that ran at night. The thing was like 15 years ago, so I don't know. They may still have it. Anyways, one night I was really drunk on this crowded bus and I screamed out, "Later Gator flip." I grabbed two of the holding bars up top, tried to flip, landed on my face, outstretched arms, and broke my humerus. Apparently a bunch of people heard about it and started doing the Later Gator flip, prompting the city to enact a rule that flipping gets you immediately thrown off the bus. Saw quite a few people get yelled and ejected from the bus in the next couple years. Must be Dida Doulas Diggle. He never had much sense. Fort Collins? No more than 30 cases of beer per vehicle. Instituted after I showed up at the beer distributors to buy their overstocked beer with a step van and bought all their overstocked beer. Ha ha ha. Why though? I mean, aren't they losing profit? I can understand if they were going to resell the beer though. Because there would typically be a half a dozen people camping outside waiting for the beer sales to start. My friends and I walked out with close to 200 cases of beer and no one else got any. I'm not sure if you want to hear that you made 200 cases of beer last year or if you threw an epic party and was gone in one weekend. Story time. No snowball fights on campus. My twin brother and I went to the same community college before university. I saw him sitting on a bench in the courtyard one day and threw a snowball at him. This started a chain of reaction of a 50+ person snowball fight. It was pretty crazy. Well, an undercover police officer was in the courtyard walking and decided he could detain me, then threatened to get me kicked out of school. The dean asked it not happen again, but wasn't near so eager to expel students for throwing snow at his brother. Wait, what? Detain you on what grounds? The best part was that he didn't show a badge or anything. He just started shouting orders and then took a pair of handcuffs and threatened to arrest me for assault. I'm not sure he even believed I had initially started it. He just saw that I was in the corner and couldn't run if I wanted to. Would have been 10 times more funny and awful if he detained your twin instead. At my work, we had a written rule that we cannot do any voice impressions over the drive-thru headsets. Specifically Skeletor and Herbert the Pervert. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Home of the Big Mac and the slayer of the He-Man. May I take your order? It would make me very happy if someone did a Skeletor impression when I was at a drive-thru. Do you want fries with that? Nah. I worked at a big chain store in college. We used to get these displays in for speakers and home theater systems, and usually they have a sales pitch and a demo loaded on a flash drive that would play when you press the button on the display. On a particularly slow Sunday morning, I think I took 3 or 4 of these flash drives and plugged them into a laptop. Replaced audio with Gangnam Style and set the function to auto run at 3 AM. Before we closed shop, I cranked all the displays to max volume and inserted the flash drives. It took the whole crew 3 nights to finally figure out how to stop the entire electronics section from playing that song at 3 AM. So after that, management retained all flash drives that came in and had customers plug in their phone to test out systems. Haha, that's awesome. I probably have made it play Never Gonna Give You Up or one of those Hitler speeches. I like how somehow those two things are on the same level. Hitler's speech aren't much listened to actually. Being Rick and Roll is actually worse than listening to Hitler's speeches. I caused an addition to my kids' private school handbook, which should have already been in it. My daughter came home and told me one of her classmates had confided in her that they were being abused. Being a healthcare provider, I'm required by law to report it to the local social services. I also informed the teacher just as professional courtesy she would like to be questioned too. The brand new to the school pastor had a fit and told me it wasn't my place, that they would investigate it without the state being involved. I had nicely told him to F off. He had some glory details of the CPR. I did a victim on child abuse and informed him teachers are also mandated reporters. The next year they added an action plan on how they handled suspected child abuse to the school handbook. We have not spoke more than 3 words to each other since the incident. More important, the child in question is alive and well, not being abused anymore. They would investigate without the state being involved. I nicely told him to F off. Well played, sir, madam. What were they going to do after the investigation? Have a really stern parent-teacher conference? You joke, but possibly exactly that. My wife teacher had some horrific stories about that. This is pretty much their way of sweeping it under the rug and never doing anything about it. There's a cruise ship somewhere with a written sign that says that the floor is lava, strictly prohibited on the carousel, thanks to me. Full story please. OP took the game seriously and poured melted rock all over the deck. Although the ship itself survived, 12 of the passengers were killed, 56 suffered from 3rd-degree burns. I was on that ship. Their screams haunt me. When I was in high school, I would go to band camp every year, about 2 weeks before school started. My junior year, I brought a lot of food. It was a combination of disliking the camp's cafeteria and being on this high school version of a health craze. Along with the food, I brought a saran wrap. I don't remember the exact logic. I wanted to wrap something edible though. Well, every morning we were supposed to clean the cabinet between revel and breakfast. One kid a year behind me, we'll call him Johnny, didn't want to clean and went back to bed instead. Johnny woke up a few minutes later, completely immobilized by his saran wrap cocoon. Thus was born the contraband list. The list is about a page now and my family is responsible for about half of it. Now every year, parents of freshmen, especially girls, will raise their eyebrows at the words plastic or saran wrap near the top of the list. My band used to compete in the BOA Regional Championships in Las Vegas. They are now held in St. Georgia, Utah. That doesn't stop our band director from getting married on the list of things you aren't explicitly allowed to do on tour. What are some of the items that your family has helped to ban? Late to the party, but I have a good one. Some community college in California has a system joined with the UC's and Cal State system where if you take 14 credits in CC, you can take a 3 to 4 credit class at UC/Cal State for CC prices. It's only certain classes and extension program of the sort. Anyways, I enrolled in 20 units at CC, telling the counselor that I would be dropping 2 of those classes, which enabled me to sign up for 6 units of courses at the local UC. 2 classes pretty much. So I enrolled in 28 units of CC courses, plus 2 courses at the UC. I then proceeded to drop all 28 units of CC courses 2 weeks in the semester, the last deadline. The extension program didn't have any check on whether you dropped the CC courses, which should by extension drop your UC courses. So I essentially took 2 UC courses at CC college costs for a semester. However, the council caught on to this after the semester and had a long talk with me about how I exploited a loophole in the system, that it broke a lot of UC academic integrity rules. After that, they made sure that if you dropped the CC courses You were automatically dropped from the UC courses. Not paying inflated UC crisis broke academic integrity rules? LOL. Exploited loophole. Broke rules. Those two don't go hand in hand with each other. Screw you, UC. No tossing/throwing receipt paper. It must have been passed hand to hand. I worked at Lowe's in outside lawn and garden during the summer. We were at Walmart on Black Friday busy. My register runs out of tape and my supervisor tosses me a new roll. I fail to catch it. It hits my face. I don't feel hurt, but try to continue working, get escorted to the bathroom by manager. My upper lip is almost detached from my face. There's blood everywhere. I am sent to the ER after 2 stitches back up. I was honestly more worried the supervisor was going to get in trouble than I was about the injury. I'm extremely accident prone. Jesus, how does your lip detach from your face due to getting hit? The edge of the roll hit under my nose and cut through my lip to my front teeth. I think I have a picture somewhat after I was snitched up. It was black and super swollen. Still went to work the next day. Picture please. Not sure this counts, but when I worked at Sears, the dress code required men wearing a tie. I wore some boiler tie every day. 6 months later, Sears made a new dress code rule and gave memo to 100 employees. Boiler ties only allowed with coordinating Western outfit. Next day, I wore my boots and spurs with my boiler tie. What is a boiler tie? Googling it gives me only 6 results, where the post is one of them. I'm assuming it's misspelling of some other words I haven't heard before. I assume they're talking about bolo tie. I assume he means the bolo tie. Never heard boiler tie.